Hey everybody, Longo here, and in this video we are going to cover area of a triangle in a different way than you've probably seen before. One of them is going to use the sine of an angle, and the other one is just going to be a multi-step formula when you're given three sides. So these should be very quick and simple, easy to do. All it requires is a calculator and two different formulas. So if you are given two sides and the angle that's in between, that would be the side angle side pattern. All you have to do is take half of the two sides and the sine of the angle. The BC and the sine A, of course, those are all interchangeable. This triangle could be QR and S, and then you're just going to use the sine of the angle that's in between the two sides. Okay, but it has to be the angle between the two given sides. And that's it. You just type it in your graphing calculator. Watch. You have an angle that's 80 degrees. You have two sides next to it, the adjacent sides. All you have to do is take your calculator and say 1/2 of 10 times 6 times the sine of 80. Click enter and your calculator is going to give you the answer. It's 29.544, depending on what we're rounding to, feet squared, of course, because you learned that area is always in square units. But yes, it is supposed to be that simple. In the next example, when you have three sides, so if you have the side pattern, and it's not a right triangle, like back in the day, we used to do like the half the base times height. If it was a right triangle, if it was isosceles, we had to drop an altitude, whatever. You just need the three sides, and there is a formula that does it that way for you. All you have to do is use this big nasty square root, which is actually very simple to use. It's the square root of s times s minus each of the sides, okay? Again, the a, b, and c, that's just generic for the formula. But what is s? S is half of the perimeter. So all you have to do is add all three sides up and take half of it, and you're good to go. So first step, find s. So in this example here, all you would do is s is equal to 1/2 of 8 plus 4 plus 5. So half of 17 is going to give you 8.5. So now you know what S is. So the next step, you just subtract A, B, and C from S, and you're going to use those numbers this way. You have the square root of S, which is 8.5, times 8.5 minus one of your sides, 8. And that's going to give you 0.5. And then you do 8.5 minus 4, which is going to give you 4.5. And then, of course, 8.5 minus the other one, which is going to give you 3.5. Type all of that into your graphing calculator, and it's going to give you, again, the answer. It's 8. We're just going to say 182. We're going to 3 decimal places for this. Meters squared, and that's that. That's how simple this is supposed to be. Okay? So it should take you a matter of a minute to do each of these. They're just an extra practice problem for you to do on your own. Give it a try if you'd like, if you feel you've already got it. See ya. Otherwise, take a minute just to make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, so in this first example, I hope you were not fooled and used the 60 or the 50. You needed to use a 70. That's because we should never, ever forget the fact that triangles will always add up to 180. So your area is half of 5 times 6 times the sine of 70 degrees. And you should have ended up with 14.095 inches squared. And in the last example over here, your side example, the first thing you had to do is find S. S is half of 9 plus 8 plus 7, and you would end up with 12. Then all you had to do is take the square root of 12 times 12 minus 9, 12 minus 8, and 12 minus 7. Type that in your graphing calculator and you get 26.833 centimeters squared. All right, that's it for area of a triangle. It was that simple. This is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.